You've actually admitted to once cutting long tail tools too aggressively. Now, with AI and kind of no code tools, you see that long tail has a bit more of a gold mine. I'd love to have you just like unpack what you mean by long tail. Scott Brinker actually calls it hyper tail, like custom tools and niche solutions powering crazy innovation. Do you think enterprises still undervalue the edge cases of Martech or RevTech? Or are we finally kind of waking up to the idea that control kills experimentation?
I love that question as well. And that, like I said early on in my career, I thought I could save or make money by cutting some of these smaller tools out. But actually, where should all my attention go is to these tools that actually cost a lot of money and generate a lot of impact. It can also be a tool that doesn't cost a lot of money but generates a lot of impact. But I want to be on that side of the equation. And if I spend all my time cutting tools and I save maybe 100K, yeah, is there really a benefit? Yes or no? I don't think so. And also, I think at that time we were really focused also on kind of the systems of, you have the system of record, differentiation, and innovation, right? I like that spread also, where the focus was really on systems of record also, and everything around it is shadow IT. And we need to have a say in it. We need to kill it. We need to do something with it because it's not controlled. I see actually something else happen, and I think in the future it will be different. Two things. I'm really annoyed also that so many people struggle with implementing some of these core capabilities, like proper CDP, proper CRM, proper content management tools, everything, sales enablement, everything around that. I really don't get how we can still pay so much money, how everybody keeps trying to do the right thing themselves. And there's not a company who just offers that with some adaptations based on your business needs, right? But the core should be kind of the same. And even for bigger vendors, because that's also, we recently onboarded an account-based marketing tool. I saw a movie last time as well, where someone recreated some of the Salesforce functionalities with all kind of small applications, right? I love that. I don't know if it's a challenger yet or not, no clue, but at least it could mimic some of these features. So it's also bigger vendors aware, right? Systems of records, beware. Some things need to be in place there. But related to the example of account-based marketing, we wrote our requirements, we went to the bigger vendors, and then we were really at the cross-section. Will we go for the bigger vendor? Or do we look at the requirements and really look at that long tail, right? The smaller applications, and can we puzzle it together ourselves? Because it, of course, has many benefits. You're not stuck to a very expensive vendor. You can iterate. If something new comes up in today's world, it goes extremely fast. I'm even amazed every day when I wake up, I read the news, I think, wow, did that happen when I sleep, right? Everything goes so fast. It's even hard for me to keep up with all the changes that are happening in the market. And often with a bigger vendor, it's harder to change. You need to add on something, which also costs again money, where you need to have budget conversations, etc., etc. We, in the end, decided to go for the bigger vendor because we didn't only buy the tech, we also bought some expertise, we bought some reference costs. You buy a lot of other things as well. But yeah, definitely, like I said before, you need to have your core in order. But for me, the future is focusing on that long tail, all these smaller applications. Either if you buy them or you build, let's not go into that discussion, but it will be easier to build something and it will be easier to get a benefit from it, closest to your customer, very local. Because again, me from a global side, I don't know what your customer needs. I can tell you the big picture, build the big picture. I don't know what your local customer needs. It's the same as asking me to translate your website in Mandarin. I would not have a clue, I'm just a global guy who manages the global tools. And again, from a local enablement perspective, if these people become more into technologists, I believe they will start buying, creating, whatever, renting for my part, some key features or applications. And I think that's the future. So that should be the focus, yes. And that's all about creating better experience, customer impact, higher revenue savings, optimization, whatever. That should be the focus.